People, welcome to the show. Hello, hooray, let the show begin. I've been ready. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Oh boy, it looks like we're having those camera problems again. So I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe it's the camera itself. I don't know. I didn't drop it or anything. Maybe it's the camera. I don't know. So apologies ahead of time. You're going to see that flashing on the bottom of the screen. I don't know what to do about it. Unless, like I said, my camera is going wonky. It's possible. I don't have another one to use for the time being. So we just got to make the best of it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. I hope your weekends are so far pleasant. We have Janice, early bird Janice. We have Miguel Rangel and 999 Squad that I know of. It says 3 up there, so that's the 3 of them. Don't know who else is going to be joining us today, but hopefully we will have a cast of thousands. And again, apologize for that. You know, that. I'm sure you guys are seeing that. Hey, Icehand, welcome. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. You guys are seeing it too, right? Where you get that kind of flash at the bottom of the screen. Are you guys seeing that too? Is it just me? It's not just me, right? You guys are seeing it? Yes? No? Maybe? So? It's annoying me. It must be annoying you. But again, I don't know how to get rid of that. And I don't know if my camera needs adjusting. I don't know how to adjust this. It's just this tiny little, webcam. It's really annoying. Let's see. Maybe. If there's something. Like I said, it just sits on the desk, so it's not like. I don't know. That's probably not going to make a difference at all. Ooh, maybe. No, guess not. I don't want to unplug that again because then we'll end up with a fiasco like we did last week, where A, it didn't help, and B, we had to start a new. Wait. Almost had it. All right, so again, we're gonna have to deal with it. I'll try to figure out what's going on with it before our next live stream. And I think last time it went away after a while, so hopefully this will too. But unless there's something with the network, I honestly don't know. But it kind of it could be the lights. Maybe they're LED lights. I don't think it would interfere with it, but you never know. Let's see. I think, I tried that last time too, right? I unplugged the LED light from the same PC. I don't know. So hopefully it won't be too annoying, and hopefully it will go away like it did last time, I guess. So I don't know. Bothering me, it must be bothering you. The ghost of Bondegi. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's the Bondegi ghosts. I am enjoying my morning coffee in the afternoon. Drink them if you got them. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Well, a couple of things. One is sort of different than last time. So if you notice this very attractive dragon bookend that was lovingly given to me as a gift by Julie. I'm using this here because I'm going to put up what we're going to eat or drink in front of this, and if it's a tall bag of chips or something, this will hold it up. So I started doing this thing so you guys can see the thing. Hey, Stoner Kitchen, you're in Alaska. Wow, nice. I'm trying to remember if Alaska's on a separate time from here, I think. So is Alaska time like an hour after or an hour before Pacific time? Stoner? Eli? Is it? I don't know. All right, so the other thing that we're going to do that's a little bit different is I'm calling this a Trippy Food grab bag. Now, some people might not even know what a grab bag is. So if you've never heard of the term grab bag or don't know where the term comes from, usually it depends on where you are. Like sometimes, like flea markets or retailers or stuff like that, they'll have something called a grab bag, and a grab bag is usually a brown paper bag and maybe stapled together but closed. And for $10, you get a grab bag, and then whatever's in it, you get, right? I mean, some people give them out. Some people, you know, sell them for like a nominal fee, like, oh, for $5, this grab bag. Might even be a grocery store, and there's like Dale groceries in there, so like $1, there's a grab bag. You know, we can't tell you what's in it. Sometimes it's like a contest, so they'll say, oh, one of these bags has a Cartier diamond watch in it. The other ones have, you know, I don't know, wiener whistles or something like that. So that's kind of what a grab bag is. One behind. Okay. Behind, meaning right now here it is 1:05 p.m. In Alaska, it is 12:05 p.m., I imagine, right? So because I'm calling this a Trippy food grab, I mean, basically because I'm calling it a Trippy food grab bag is because, you know, it's a compilation of things, different things. You never know what you're going to get. Big surprise, la, la, la. So what I decided I was going to do is when I pull them out, I'm actually going to pull them out of a bag. It's like a grab bag, right? Grab bag. So I'm going to pull them out. Get it? This bag is from DD's Discounts, which is a discount store. I guess sort of like the 99-cent store. So that's kind of appropriate. It's for here. For PM or AM? $9.99. Which one? Let's see. East Coast. So your Eastern time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1. No, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 2. It's 2 p.m. Mountain time. It is 3 p.m. Central time and 4 p.m. Eastern time. Or in some places in South America, it's the same as Eastern time, and sometimes in some places it's Atlantic time, which is an hour earlier than the East, or I'm sorry, an hour later than the West Coast. Aren't we getting an education today? For those of you who have just dropped in, we do have that annoying flash at the bottom of the screen that I have not figured out how to fix yet. I don't know. I don't want to mess with the camera, but it's just a little camera. It's a couple years old. It's possible that it's the camera. I'll have to try it, you know, experiment with it. And well, let's see. I used that camera last week to film with Katie, and I didn't have any problems with it at all. So I wonder if it's a YouTube thing. I'll have to check it out. But it's annoying me. It has to be annoying you. All right, so we have a bunch of different treats here today. Usually I put the list out. It was very, very late last night when I put the list out because I had that kind of week where I had lots of overtime from work, and hopefully that will smooth out soon because I haven't been able to get to a lot of other stuff that I wanted to do because I've been busy with work. But you know, it works. It's fine. How is everybody? I think I asked that before, but nobody answered. So who do we got in the room again? We got Miguel. We have 999 Squad, Ice Hand, Stoner Kitchen, Janice. Did I forget anybody? It's starting out slow. We have 7, according to this thing, 7 people in the room. It's 1:08 p.m. We usually have a bigger crowd by now. Speaking of bigger crowds, I noticed that on Instagram, I am 2 away from 1,000 followers on Instagram. So if any of you guys, the glitch is making me think of a girl with long hair is going to crawl out of the screen. Let's hope that doesn't happen because she'll crawl out of my screen too. So I'm 2 away from 1,000 followers on Instagram. So if any of you guys are on Instagram and you want to, just help me over that little push over the cliff, it's I think my Instagram name is Val_Trippy_Food _. Like it's like a dash, but it's down here, _. I am reluctant to get started only because, like I said, okay, we have 8 people in the room. It's picking up. It's going up there. I'll give it maybe give it another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll get started. I can even, as a preview, we'll put this up there. Here we go. And you guys can look at that, and it's like a preview of what we're going to be doing. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I did not miss anything. Slow day. It's nice here. It's nice outside. Probably in the upper 70s. May hit 80 today. I hope not, because I hate the heat. I know. Val, why are you living in Southern California if you hate the heat? Well, it just works out that way. Hey, Brother Al, tomorrow is my birthday. I will be 44. Well, happy birthday, John, and welcome to the room. Glad you could be here. So we'll kind of be celebrating your birthday here today, since we won't be able to make it tomorrow. We will celebrate your birthday today. So happy early birthday, John. John King, King Ghost Paranormal, will be 44 tomorrow. So happy birthday, John. June is a big birthday month, I think. My mom's birthday is this month. She will be 91 years old. 91 years old this month. I hope I have as good a run as that. I got to make sure I call her. Miguel, yours is on Monday, and how old will you be? Or is that like a rude question? Happy early birthday to you as well, Miguel, because we probably won't see you before then. 31. Wow, that's a nice age. What was I when I was 30? When I was 31, I was moving from Massachusetts to Texas. I was living in Bedford, Massachusetts at the time. I moved from Bedford, Massachusetts to Austin, Texas. And I lived there. I lived in Austin, Texas for the next, how many years? Lived in Austin for 13 years, I think, after that. The only place I lived in Texas was Austin, but I loved Austin. But yeah, that's what I was doing when I was 31 years old, moving to Texas. Not on my birthday. I moved to Texas Memorial Day weekend is when I moved to Texas. I remember that distinctly because I had extra time to get down there. And I drove down. So drove from Boston to, let's see, where did I stop? I stopped at a few places. I stopped in Natural Bridge, Virginia. I wanted to see that. I stopped in Memphis, and I went to Graceland because I didn't know if I'd ever get to Graceland again. I stopped in Little Rock, Arkansas. They were having some sort of outdoor festival, and I stopped for that. And then the rest of the way to Austin, Texas. So I did it. I'm trying to remember, I did it one day, 2 days. No, 2 days or 3 days. I think it was 2 days. I think I drove to Virginia the first day, then I drove to Arkansas the second day, and then I drove all the way the rest of the day to Texas. Your birthday is June 5th? Wait, mine on Monday. Let's see. Ice Hand's birthday's Monday. Miguel's birthday's Monday. Wow. I told you it's a birthday month. Mine's February. Julie's is February too. Almost, no, well, let's see. Hers is February 8th, mine's February 11th. So just a little bit off. And, 20 years. Well, let's see. 19 years in a few days, I think it is. All righty. Well, I don't see, let's see. We get about 9 people. It seems like it's going to be a slow day. We're not going to have a lot of people in here, but that's okay. I love the people that are here. It doesn't matter if we have a big crowd or a small crowd. It's still enjoyable to spend time with you and to break bread or crackers or chips or whatever it happens to be with you. And so let's go ahead and do it. I feel like a fossil. John, I don't want to hear it about being a fossil. If you think being 44 is a fossil, what does that make me? Really? I mean, And again, for those who just came in, sorry about the flashing thing. Don't know what it is. Haven't figured out how to fix it yet. I don't have a second camera that I can use just in case it's the camera. I don't know. But like I said, I used the camera on Zoom last Sunday. I didn't have any problems at all. So I don't know if it's a YouTube thing. I honestly don't know. Val and I are old enough to be your parents. Imagine that, Janice, if we were parents to everybody in the room. All right, well, let's get started. So we're going to start with our adult beverage, as usual. And we're going to read a card. So our question is, what was the first product to use a barcode? Again, what was the first product to use a barcode? So I'm going to slap that over there, and we're going to get started with our adult beverage. And this is from Firestone Walker. Firestone, let me try that in English. Firestone Walker is a good local beer. They originated in Olivos, California, which is up near Santa Barbara, in the Santa Barbara area. A lot of wineries up there, but not a beerery. And this is their Cali Squeeze Extra Lemon Chill. It is 9% ABV, 9%. So, maybe we'll have Tipsy Dal today. It's ale made with natural lemon flavor. That's all it says. It doesn't say what. It doesn't say like it's a blonde or an IPA or anything else like that. It just says ale with natural lemon flavor. So maybe it's not even a beer. I don't know. Are there ingredients? If there were ingredients, so this is Firestone Walker Brewing Company, Paso Robles, but that's they moved there. They're all over the place now. I think they have a brew pub in Marina del Rey, if I remember correctly. They probably have some other ones in the area. I don't see any ingredients, so I don't know what kind of beer this is. I think that those are hops, so maybe there's hops in here. I honestly don't know, but they're not calling it beer. They're just calling it what did I call that? Ale with natural lemon flavor. Now, a lot of beers and things like beers in the summer are typically brewed with stuff like lemon and orange. I think typically they're shandies. And the shandy, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, a shandy is almost 50% like, lemonade or whatever, whatever it happens to be. It's almost like 50%, a really high percentage of, of citrus juice or citrus in it. And so I don't know if this is the same thing as a shandy, but it's one of the things that comes out in the summer where everything's lemon flavored and orange flavored and brewed with lemons and oranges and everything. So, there we go. So let's just go ahead and get started on this. I believe malt liquor is also considered, I got to move that camera. Or either I got to move the camera or I got to move my chat. Let's try moving the camera. I think that'll work. It'd be funny if I fixed it. I fixed the problem. I didn't. All right, here we go. Strange color. I guess I was expecting it to be yellow. There, so you can see it. It is kind of a lemon yellow. And a urine-y color. Ooh, it smells weird. It doesn't smell lemony. Wait. It sort of does. You're gonna think this is weird. It smells like lemon pledge. And lemon pledge isn't, I pledge allegiance to this furniture polish. That's a strange smell. Like I said, like a furniture polish smell. Yeah, you can taste 9% alcohol in here. It has a that kind of bitter alcohol taste to it. I missed Stoner Kitchen mentioned something about reindeer dogs, but I didn't see the rest of it. Going to go for more reindeer dogs later. Where are you getting reindeer dogs, Stoner? This is really unusual. It doesn't taste like a shandy. It doesn't even taste like that. What was the Santa Monica Brewing hot dog on a stick lemon beer that we tried before? It's not even like that. There's no sweetness to it at all. It's bitter. The lemon is kind of subtle, but it also doesn't taste like a domestic beer. It doesn't taste like a lager or anything. It doesn't have that taste. You can taste hops. Like no malt or anything. It's a weird, almost tastes medicinal. Like there's sort of like a cough drop flavor in there. And I don't mean like a cough drop like that you just pop because they taste like candy. I'm talking about like a medicinal cough drop. The ABV is 9%, Leo. Reindeer dogs are a must in Anchorage. There are many carts. Stoner, my thing would be finding moose. I've never tried moose, and I've always wanted to try moose. So if you're in Anchorage, I will live through you if you can find moose and eat moose while you're there. And just let me know what that's like, because that's on my bucket list, is to try moose. Our reindeer dog is called Rudolph's. That's funny. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like it almost has a medicinal flavor. I think because the alcohol content is so high, it has that like alcohol bitterness to it. Um, I can't see like sitting like I would want to drink that with something. I don't want to say to mask the flavor or to kill the flavor or anything. It's just that it's just I don't know. It needs more lemon. It needs more lemon flavor. I think it tastes like lemon peels. It doesn't really taste like lemon juice. It tastes like lemon peels. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, um, but it doesn't suck. I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle. Thumbs in the middle on that one. But we tried. So let's go back to our card, and our question was, what is the first product to use a barcode? And let's see, did we even have anyone guess at that? I don't remember if anyone was guessing. Let's see. Nobody guessed. Oh, Janice Yamanaka guessed. She said Wrigley's gum. Miguel Rangel said beer. Or he might have been asking, talking about something else. And it could be that Janice is the only one answered. Let's see. The answer is not specific, but it says on June 26, 1974, the first barcode on a packet of chewing gum was scanned in Ohio. So Janice is more specific and said Wrigley's gum. If we were giving out points, that would be extra points for you, Janice, but unfortunately we're not. So we're just going to put that one aside. And let's move on to our first snack. I saw a live moose on a walk. Does that count? Yeah, don't get too close. So, hey, Joshua Maxwell is in the room. Welcome, Joshua. Glad you could make it. Yeah, don't get too close to those things because they could kill you. It's like I'm sure you guys have seen that, the videos of people in Yellowstone National Park, and going like, hey, let me take a selfie of me with the buffalo, and the next thing you know, they're airborne because buffaloes don't really like selfies that much. And some people die because of. Have you ever seen a buffalo? I'm sorry, bison. Have you ever seen a bison up close? They're huge. They're like maybe 8 feet tall at the shoulders. They're huge, monstrous, muscular killing machines. Really. And they have horns. It's like people don't get it. They'll approach them and they'll like go to take pictures of them. And the next thing you know, they're flying up in the air. They're lucky they don't have bison horns going through them. So let's go for our first snack in our grab bag, which is now a real grab bag. Do these. Put that up there. And let's ask a question, shall we? And the question is, say what? Oh, okay. On what animal is used on a Bacardi rum logo? Again, what animal is used on a Bacardi rum logo? Bisons have bad temper too. Yeah, they do. I wouldn't mess with them. I don't like messing with anything that's large enough to kill me. I don't even like horses. It's not I don't like horses. Like I might pet a horse if they had his head over a fence. I could pet the horse. I might pet the horse. I would not sit on a horse. I would not go near a horse. I would not walk behind a horse. I don't trust them. They're just large animals that can kill you. So there we go. All righty. So we're going to do our first snack. And our first snack is from Late July. And Late July Snacks was founded in 2003 by Nicole Dawes in Boston, Massachusetts. They're now located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And these I thought were really, really interesting when I saw them because it's Green Goddess, a limited edition tortilla chips. Now, a lot of people aren't familiar with Green Goddess because it's not a real popular thing, but Green Goddess is actually a salad dressing. It's a salad dressing. It's been around for a while. It was first created in the Palace Hotel in San Francisco in 1923 by Philip Romer. And in the 1970s, there was a food manufacturer, I guess, called Seven Seas, and they had a bottled version of it. If I remember correctly, Wishbone, I think, also had a Green Goddess salad dressing. So just to throw this out there, have you guys ever had Green Goddess salad dressing? Anybody out there had Oh, you have a great Green Goddess recipe, so it sounds like you've had it. So Green Goddess typically has mayonnaise, sour cream, chevre, which is a French parsley, chives, anchovy, tarragon, lemon juice, and pepper. It sounds like it's really good and really refreshing and bright green in color, which is why they call it Green Goddess. So it's been a while since I've actually had Green Goddess salad dressing. I probably bought the 7 Seas one. I don't know if 7 Seas was something that was popular everywhere or it was just like a New England thing. But I remember it when I was a kid growing up. I remember it being, being able to find that in New England. I don't know if they've had it elsewhere. Have you guys ever heard of 7 Seas salad dressing? Anybody? No? Oh, Janice, you have had it before. Do you like it, Janice? The salad dressing? Yeah, it's got some interesting flavors in there. So we're going to try this. And again, now, anchovies is one of the ingredients. And like people say, like anchovies, I hate anchovies. Why would they put it in anything? It's like, the original Caesar salad had anchovies in it. But anchovies are not listed as any of the ingredients in here. It has lemon juice concentrate. It has Green Goddess seasoning. So I guess it's all the seasoned stuff. It does have sour cream. It does have vinegar, onion powder, cheese. So, all the stuff is actually in Green Goddess. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm thinking it's going to be good. I hope I'm not disappointed. It has kind of a footy smell. It's an odd smell. Ooh, they look dark and... Yeah, see if we can do this. Get my big fat head out of the way. Find that sweet spot. There we go. Janice, have you had these? I don't know if they're new. It says limited edition. Ooh, that's really tangy. Well, it's got lemon juice in it. It's got vinegar in it. It's got sour cream in it. So that's not surprising. Wow, that is a really interesting and unique flavor. I don't know that it's like that my mind goes to the salad dressing itself, because there's also some saltiness to it that the salad dressing doesn't have, and you've got that corn tortilla taste. Wow, those are good. Not that it makes a difference. I just like that. It's really different and unique. Hold that thought, start. Hold that thought. Yeah, that's a big thumbs up. I just love how different that tastes. And again, I don't know if my mind's really comparing it to Green Goddess salad dressing. It's just like a lot of really interesting and unique flavors going on there, and it's it's a delicious chip. So yeah, big thumbs up on that. You put it back in the grab bag, maybe. Yeah, let's put it down here for now. Just for now. So our question was, what animal is used on a Bacardi rum logo? What? Let me try that again after drinking some more of this 9% ABV beer. What animal is used on the Bacardi rum logo? And everybody guessed that right, I think. Bat. Yeah, bat. I don't know where Tom is. Tom's usually pretty early. He's usually, 5 o'clock Charlie, or I think. So I'm not sure where he is. So I think everything's okay with him. I don't know. His brother recently passed away. And maybe today's the funeral. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be working with him on his radio show thing tomorrow. So, I'm not sure what's going on. So hopefully he's okay and all is well. And it's not too somber a day for him, but I don't know. So maybe he'll join us. We'll see. Now, Stoner, let's address your question. Val, do you miss Plymouth Rock? No, I don't miss Plymouth Rock. I've actually been there probably a couple of times. I used to take a lot of pictures, and I've lost a lot. We're talking back in the film the film camera days before digital. And And I know that I've taken pictures there, but don't know what happened to them. So if you've never been to Plymouth Rock, I've been to Plymouth Rock a couple of times. I would say it's one of the worst roadside attractions, even from a historical standpoint, in all of the United States. The thing is, if let's say you're in the Boston area and you decide you want to go down to see Plymouth Rock, it's probably going to be about 2 or 3 hour drive, not necessarily because of the distance, but because of traffic. Because I think to get into Plymouth, you have to cross over the Bourne Bridge, and it always backs up. Route 3 always backs up there and everything. So it takes a long time to get down there. And then you get there, and there's this kind of granite kiosk kind of thing, or like, I don't know what you want to call it. And you walk up to it and you look down, and in the bottom of this, on the sand, is a rock with a crack running through the middle of it, and somebody carved 1620 on it, and that's Plymouth Rock. Well, it's not really Plymouth Rock. I mean, Plymouth. The assumption is that that's the place where the Pilgrims landed. It could not possibly be where the Pilgrims landed, because they wouldn't have been able to get boats in there. It's that part of the shore is too shallow. Probably closer to where Plymouth Plantation is where they actually landed. And so you see this rock that was carved well after 1620 with the letters 1620 in it under a pavilion. That's it. That's it. So not very exciting. I hope that's not on anybody's bucket list. If you ever decide you really want to see Plymouth Rock, make it a trip to Cape Cod to see a bunch of other stuff in Cape Cod, or maybe say like, well, I'm going to stop and see it on my way down to Nantucket. I was going to say Nantasket beaches elsewhere, but if you're going down that way, maybe you're going to Provincetown, whatever it happens to be, it's worth a 2-minute stop to see Plymouth Rock. But other than that, did you know the Pilgrims were let off the boats when the beer ran out? Did not know that. I'm not sure if that's a fact or not. I would imagine that if I was on a ship from England and it took as long as it took to get to the East Coast of the United States, America, let's call it America. Back at that time, I would not want to just be sitting on that boat while I'm drinking beer if there's dry land that I can walk around on. So, but yeah, I did not know that, Ice Hand. I'm not sure that that's a real fact or not. It's fun. It's a fun fact, and also, I think if I was on that voyage, my beer would have run out a long time earlier. But I think back then, the beer that people drank was not as strong. It was fermented. It was not as strong as the beer that we drink, and it was safer for them to drink beer than it was to drink water, because a lot of the water, had I don't want to say contaminants in it, but parasites and stuff like that. And so a lot of water wasn't safe to drink back then. So for them, beer was easier thing to drink. True fact: the Pilgrims would have landed in Virginia, but they ran out of beer. Oh, that's funny. They ran out of beer. I will not run out of beer because I'm sipping this one. Okay, on to our next snack. So let's read another question. And our question was, what was the first product sold by Heinz in 1869? Again, what was the first product sold by Heinz in 1869? You know Heinz? Ketchup, beans? That Heinz. Heinz of Pittsburgh. What was the first product sold by Heinz in 1869? All right, let's go into our grab bag and pull out another snack. Let's see. We want something mellow. Get some hot. Let's do these next. These look interesting. And these are Ugly. Uglies is the product name. The company is Diffenbach's Snacks. Diffenbach Snacks was founded in 1964 in Berks County, Pennsylvania by Mark Diffenbach. So he was the patriarch. He founded the company. And the product line is called Uglies. And these are kettle chips. And they're called Uglies because they don't make any effort to make sure that's a uniformly, shaped chip. So these are Uglies kettle potato chips. Kind of I think, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I don't get my decades wrong, but you can't see the white lettering too. There we go. That's a little bit better. To me, this is kind of retro. This kind of looks like 1960. Like, I want to say, like if you were watching a 1960s cartoon, this might be like the lettering of the text that they use, the font that they use for the cartoon. It looks very 1960s. Let's put it that way. Why, thank you very much, HV, and welcome to our live stream. Ice Hand, I appreciate you filling in for Tom. No unusual smell. Now, these are cheddar and sour cream. I would say they're probably heavy on the cheddar because they have this kind of like orange color from the cheddar. Yeah. Again, because they're kettle chips, they're crunchier. Not too salty. The sour cream flavor is light. Like, I'm not even saying it's a great chip, but like Lay's, is it Lay's or Ruffles? I think Ruffles sour cream chips. You pop that in your mouth and you get that sour cream flavor immediately. This one, not so much. It's also not really cheesy. You got there's a cheddar cheese flavor in there, but it's not like that really cheesy kind of flavor. It's like after the second bite, it's kind of like you get that sour cream flavor in your saliva. It makes any sense at all. It's like your saliva extracts it from the chip. So you don't really get the sour cream flavor until you've eaten a couple of them. Yeah, that sour cream flavor sneaks up on you. I kind of like that it's not like overpowering cheesy. It's just, but they are right. These are ugly. That's a chip. That little thing is a chip. They're pretty good. The more you eat them, the more you get the sour cream flavor. The cheddar flavor is there, but it's subtle. Thumbs up. Those are really good. They showed some restraint in going overboard with the cheese flavor, so they're really, really good. Been around for a while, I guess. 1964, I guess so. Ugly chips need love too. That's right. That's why they made me, to love ugly chips. All righty. So the question was, what was the first product sold by Heinz in I gotta do this because I'm actually reading off the card right now, but I have to pretend like I'm not reading off the card and I'm reading off the list that I put together, because that when I go back to putting the list that I put together, then I'm doing the same thing, right? Consistency, right? What do they call that in movie terms? It's starts with a C. Can't remember. They make sure that from one scene to the next, everything. Oh, continuity. Continuity. We need continuity. Thank you, Isand. You're right. Yeah, I need continuity. So gotta pretend like I'm not reading off the card, and the next time I'm not reading off the card, I gotta pretend like I am reading off the card. And either way, the process is the same. The question was, what is the first product sold by Heinz in 1869? Let's see. Miguel Rangel said mayo. Janice Yamanaka said horseradish. Isand said quat sauce, because Tom's not here to say quat sauce. It is, in fact, horseradish. I would not have guessed that. I would have thought beans. Even before ketchup, I would have guessed beans. So, also, I'm not sure when they're coming out. Let me see if I can pull that up. Bear with me 1 second. Here. I have 2 episodes coming out. They will be out on July 20th, where I try my very, very first episode. And at some point in time, like I'm going to find a way that I'm going to be able to play like videos for you and stuff, be able to put them in here and play them for you. So I'm working with a couple of different software packages to try to be able to do that. Hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll be able to do that. But one episode that we're coming out with on July 20th is kind of a harkening back to our very, very first episode. Was in 2015, I want to say. And that was atomic horseradish. Our very first episode was atomic horseradish. And I recently saw that something was billing itself as hotter than atomic horseradish. And atomic horseradish, don't get me wrong, it's hot. I mean, it is hot. It's one of those things that goes right up your nose and just like feels like it's kicking you in the face. So this one was beaver extra hot horseradish, and they were billing themselves as being the hottest horseradish. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got to try that. So I did that one. That episode comes out on July 20th. Now, in the meantime, also, I found another brand of horseradish called Boobies. I don't know if you're familiar with that brand, Boobies, but they do pickles that are really, really good. They're salt brine. They don't use vinegar, and there's really, really good crunchy deli style pickles. But they also have a horseradish, and they bill it as extra hot. And so I ran into that, and I go like, well, I got to do that one. And so so on the 20th, we'll have 2 episodes. One will be the beaver extra hot horseradish, and the other one will be the Boobies extra hot horseradish. And you will be the judge. So because our answer was horseradish, it just reminded me of horseradish. So there we go. I missed Buzz Lightyear sneaking in the room. So welcome, Buzz. Glad you can make it. Good to see you today. I'm always like in between snacks. I'm always kind of divided. Like, do I go for my water? Do I go for my morning coffee, which I still haven't finished yet? Or do I go for my beer? Why not do all, right? I have choices. It's nice to have choices. Okay, we've done 2 snacks. We'll do another snack. Let's see, we have 7 snacks today. We'll do another snack, and then we'll do our soft drink, and then we'll do the rest of our snacks. Sound good? Sound like a plan? All right, let's do it. Okie doke. So let's read a question. No, here's what we do. Let's select something from the grab bag. Yeah, for those who just came in, we're doing grab bag style. Let's do these. These look interesting. I'm getting chips all over the floor. All right, there we go. And let's read a question. And the question is, dude is out at the park. So we're dog sitting today for Natalie's dog, which is, I don't know what kind of dog it is. It looks like sort of like an Airedale, but mixed with some other stuff. And Claudia has taken both she and Doodle to the park so they can play outside. So that's where Doodle is today. They may come back while we're still here, and if so, Doodle will come in and say hi to everybody. But we might not see him today, so apologize for that. I'll have to have Doodle have his own channel or like his own episode or his own live stream or something. The question is, which cocktail consists of Tia Maria, vodka, and Coke? And that's Coca-Cola, not cocaine. Again, which cocktail consists of Tia Maria, vodka, and Coke? So let's put that over there. I didn't do the reading thing. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, these just look really interesting. I saw that. I mean, like, how do you not see this as you're walking through the grocery store? That just shouts out at you, right? Just shouts out at you. And it's so plain and simple. It's like the brand name is way down here, little letters, and in giant letters, if you know how to read like this, tomato chips. It's just like, bam, bag of tomato chips right in your face, tomato chips. So these are from Roots Foods. Roots Foods was founded in 2019 by Joshua Chen and Michael Debrezini in Los Angeles, California. These are a product of Vietnam. The ingredients are tomato, sunflower, and or cold-pressed canola oil, sea salt, tapioca starch. Not sure why they have to put starch in there. I guess maybe so that they're crunchy or something afterwards. But to me, it seems like they're just dried tomatoes. Well, tomatoes can have a lot of liquid, a lot of liquid content in it and everything. So maybe you have to kind of like dry that liquid up if you're going to serve it like that. Let's see, approximately 9 fresh tomatoes in 1 bag. I don't think we're going to eat the whole bag. They are gluten-free, they are kosher, they are halal, they are non-GMO, and they are vegan. I would think they would be vegan. Some things are like inherently vegan, but some things are just kind of odd that they mention that they're vegan. Like beers, it seems like it would be odd that somebody would have to say this is a vegan beer, because most beers are vegan. But the thing is, you really don't know, because in some beer production, they use something called isinglass. And isinglass is derived from fish swim bladder. So because it comes from fish, and they use it to clarify the beer. But because it comes from a fish, it's from an animal. It's an animal product, and it's not necessarily vegan. But most beers don't use the isinglass anymore, and so most beers are inherently vegan. It's kind of like Oreos. Oreos are vegan. Oreos used to be made with lard, and now they don't use lard. They use like a vegetable shortening or something like that for the filling. I thought I heard Doodle walking around. I don't know why. Yeah, they used to be made with lard. Now they're made with vegetable shortening, so they are vegan by nature. Maybe they don't say they're vegan because they may be made in factories where they're using other products that are not vegan, and because of cross contamination, they just can't say they're vegan. I don't know. Hey, Pokey Sly has entered the room. Welcome, Pokey. I missed somebody else too, I think. Did I? Did I get everybody? Just want to make sure. We'll be having another V-Bar live stream this month in case anybody wants to hop on panel and have a few brews. Stoner, send me the information on that and everything, and we'll send out we'll share that information with everybody else. We'll put it on the community page. So that looks interesting. So yeah, send me the information. Val at trippyfood.com. Send me the information for that. We'll put something up. Justice for Doodle. Doodle's at the park having fun. Ice Hand. Let him have some fun. He needs to be outdoors enjoying the outdoor life, the world. Val versus the vegans part 2. Yeah, you are just kidding because I do eat a lot of vegan food. I'm just trying to explain why some things are called vegan and some things are not vegan. I've done vegan live streams. I think I've done at least 2 live streams where we eat nothing but vegan food. So there we go. I eat everything, vegan, non-vegan. All right. So again, this is root, and these are tomato chips. I don't know if these are baked, fried, air dried. I honestly don't know. I don't really specify. Nice smell. It is a really nice smell. It smells like a BLT. I don't know why. There's no bacon in here. And it smells like a BLT. Oh, these are little bitty tomatoes. Here, let's see if we can do this. Here we go. Doesn't that look tasty? Ooh. I can see why they would use a tapioca starch on there because there's some flavor and texture that's not inherently what you would think would be there with just tomato. So there's that kind of powdery coating on it. They're tart. Now they're red, so I know they're ripe, but they're more tart than sweet. Like they don't really have that tomato sweetness and that tartness from like a tomato that's like not quite ripe. And they don't have that texture. And a really, really nice tomato aftertaste. I mean, you saw that they left the seeds in there and everything. Those are really good. That's a thumbs up. It seems. I was gonna say it seems like a little salty because there's almost like a salt burn there. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's a thumbs up. Those are really good. Really interesting and unique. The packaging is what got me on that. Just walking through the store, I saw that. It was just kind of jumped out off the shelf at me, and they had to have them. So there we go. Let's go back to our question. Our question is, which cocktail consists of Tia Maria? I'm sorry, let's do this. Which cocktail consists of Tia Maria, vodka, and Coke? And the guesses were, Miguel Rangel said Cuba Libre. Icehan said Justice for Doodle when we're talking about Doodle, but Justice for Doodle would be a good drink name. Janice Yamanek said Black Russian. Well, looks like the only guesses. It is, in fact, a Black Russian. So, there we go. We're doing Julia's today, too. I don't remember if Julie said that she had something. She was on a cruise last week. I know she was back because I talked to her since she's been back. I wonder where Julie is today. And Tom. I didn't know Tom was not going to be here, and I hope everything's okay with Tom because, like I said, he lost his brother about 2 weeks ago, I think. So I hope he's okay. I have not tried Yellowbird hot sauce, Stoner. Did you put that in the suggestion box? And if you have not, put that in the suggestion box, and we'll try to find that. Oh, I will also tell you that we've started. I've started going through the suggestion box, and I've started filming episodes of from the suggestion box, and I'm calling them viewers' choice. Viewers' choice. So we have some viewers' choice episodes coming up. Stuff I picked from the grab bag, and it'll be a lot of fun. All right. Let's see. Oh no, we're doing our beverage now. That's right. Let's pop that up there, and let's read another card. And the question is, yeah, small group today, 8. Usually we're like, sometimes we go up to 30 something. 8 today. Not sure why. Maybe people couldn't deal with the flashing on the screen that hasn't stopped yet. I'm having a hard time with it myself. And the question is the basic ingredient for the drink, Calvados. Calvados? I never even heard of Calvados, but that's okay. The basic ingredient for the drink Calvados is what? What is the basic ingredient for the drink Calvados? All right, let's put that over there. Let's get into this. So this is Culture Pop is the name of the company. Or Culture Pop Soda, not Pop. Culture Pop is the name of the company, not Pop Culture. Culture Pop Soda. And Culture Pop Soda was founded by Tom First in 2020 in Boston, Massachusetts. And this is a probiotic soda. So it's not an antibiotic soda. It's a probiotic soda. Probiotic, antibiotic. Can't we all just get along? All right. So this is a probiotic soda. It says fizzy and gutsy. I'll bet you, a couple more sips of that drink, and I'm going to be calling it fuzzy and gitsy or something. It is ginger, lemon, and turmeric. So it should be interesting. 40 calories per can. I'm guessing there's not a lot of sugar in there. Carbonated filtered water, organic juice blend from concentrate, white grape, ginger, lemon, natural flavor, citric acid, organic coriander, live probiotic, Bacillus subtilis, and organic turmeric. So it doesn't look like there's any sugar in it. So I think the only sugar is from the juice. So they don't add any kind of sugar or sweetener. Interesting. Let's give this a shot. We 8 are the elite of trippy food. Yeah, we have to come up with a club name for you guys. The elite of trippy food. What happened to the music channel? Time, Stoner. I mean, it's ready to go. I just have not. I've not had the time to devote to it and everything. So hopefully coming up soon. I mean, that's all I can tell you. It was a New Year's resolution, and here we are in June. So there we go. I don't know why I'm trying to pour it like a beer. Kind of ginger ale lemonade color. And a nose full of ginger. Phew. Trippy commandos. I like that. Wow. That has that ginger breath to it. That's a really So one of Julie's favorite episodes is the one where I did what brand was that? The Blenheim hot ginger ale, which is like extra ginger. Not hot like spicy hot, not hot like capsaicin hot, but hot like a lot of ginger. Had that ginger burn to it, and it was extra hot. I mean, it was hot ginger ale, so it had that extra burn to it, and that's her favorite episode because I do kind of a spit take, and actually it's not a spit, it's a cough. So I'm drinking it, and that ginger burn goes to the back of my throat, and immediately I start coughing, and then it all comes out. So that's one of her favorite episodes. So this, I mean, just bringing it up to my face, I can smell that this one is even stronger as far as that ginger taste goes in there. So here we go. I mean, God have mercy on my soul. I would rather have a nose full of Mary Ann. Yeah, and Ice Hand, oddly enough, Ginger's the only one that's still around. Everyone else is gone. I don't remember who the first one was. I think the skipper was the first one to go. Alan Hale Jr. And if you've ever seen, and excuse me for going off on a tangent, if you've ever seen Alan Hale, who was Alan Hale Jr.'s father, I think he was in the 1920s or 1930s version of Robin Hood, the one that, like the black and white Robin Hood that everyone's really familiar with. Alan Hale Sr. was in that. He played Little John. And when you're watching him, you're like, oh my God, he looks exactly like his son, Alan Hale Jr., who is the skipper on Gilligan's Island. So, wow. I was expecting this to taste like ginger ale. It doesn't. It's really strong in the lemon flavor. The lemon flavor is really strong. It has that tingle, that ginger burn. It definitely has that ginger burn. Wow. Wow. That's serious. It's very citrusy. It's very tart. It's we'll call it spicy. And it's really interesting. You can tell that there's no sugar or artificial sweetener in there. You can tell because it's just not there. So it's really interesting to have a soda. Yeah, it's carbonated. It's really interesting to have a soda that doesn't have that artificial sweetness or that sugar in it. So that in itself is unusual. And then add that strong ginger on top of that and the lemon flavor. That's like a really interesting and unique soda. Yeah, that's going to get a thumbs up for me. I would say that this is probably not going to be a soda that like your average person. If you don't like things that are like spicy or sharp or hot or whatever other adjectives you can come up with for that kind of tart, sour, just kind of strong taste, you might not like that. I can't. The only sour is from the lemonade, but then there's that spiciness from the ginger as well. And so I don't know that it. I think you're right, Stoner. I think it would make a good mixer. I don't know what you mix that with. Maybe tequila. I think tequila would go nicely in there. But it's not. I don't think it's going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I like it. It's really good. That's going to get a thumbs up for me. Pungent. Yeah, it is pungent. You're right. All right. So now, well, let me read the answer to the card. So the question was, the basic ingredient for the drink Calvados is what? I don't even think people answered that. Janice said brandy. I think that was the answer to that question, and it doesn't look like anybody else answered it. The correct answer is apples. I don't even know what Calvados is. I never heard of it, but apparently it's made with apples. So there you go. I don't know if it's an alcoholic drink or not. Or I'm sorry, an adult beverage or not. All right, so here's our pop culture ginger lemon turmeric and add an equal amount of our Cali Squeeze extra lemon chill. Fireside Walker. I thought, like, I remember hearing the term Fireside Walker and thinking, like, oh, is it somebody who like walks on hot coals by the fireside? Is that, where does the name come from? But the founders' last names were Fireside and Walker. It smells about the same, but you can smell more of the beer in here. Those combine really well. Stoney, you said it would make a good mixture. I didn't realize it would be a good mixture with this. But yeah, it's tart, it's spicy. It tones down the beer flavor. It accentuates the lemon. But it has an aftertaste that builds that's not really great. So I'd say like combined, maybe thumbs up, trending downward a little bit because that the kind of aftertaste that's not great. Other than that, it's not bad though. So, yeah, there we go. All righty. So let's do this. Let's grab another snack out of our grab bag. How are we doing on time? We have another hour. We have 4 more snacks left. We are doing just fine. Thank you very much. Let's do these next. We have a few items on our list today that are vegan, but it just worked out that way. It's not like I particularly picked vegan stuff, and I think that's one of them. So let's go ahead and read a card. Vodka. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about the flavor of vodka, though, Miguel. Like, even if I'm going to make a Bloody Mary typically has vodka in it. A screwdriver typically has vodka in it. I would go with something like, rather than a screwdriver, I think I would prefer a tequila sunrise, which has tequila in it instead of vodka and orange juice. Mimosa, which is champagne and orange juice. You guys are wondering what I'm doing. I'm untying my shoes. I'm just taking my shoes off because I'm going to be here a little while. I want to get comfortable. There we go. Chelada Sunrise. That would work too. Well, I was thinking like for a Bloody Mary, instead of putting vodka in a Bloody Mary, I was thinking of doing a Korean Bloody Mary. I might still actually do that. A Korean Bloody Mary. So instead of tomato juice, I would use kimchi juice or use kimchi juice. I would actually put kimchi in it and I would use soju instead of vodka. And then, I don't know, I'm not sure what else goes in a Bloody Mary besides vodka and tomato juice. I know there's other stuff in it. What else do they put in it? Well, they stick a bunch of vegetables and stuff in there. But yeah, kind of make a Korean one with soju and kimchi juice. I think that would work. So, our question is, which 3 flavors are used in Neapolitan ice cream? Again, which 3 flavors are used in Neapolitan ice cream? That's an easy one. I'll be disappointed if you guys don't try to guess that. And let's do this now. So these are, the company is called Quinn. There's a lot of writing on this bag, so I imagine there's a lot going on. Let's see. Farm to bag transparency, plant-based, certified gluten-free, non-GMO, vegan friendly. Like I said, there's a lot going on here. It's made with root vegetables, sorghum, and lentils. That's bizarre. Topped with sea salt. So the company is Quinn Snacks. Quinn Snacks was founded in 2010 by Christy Lewis in Boulder, Colorado, and Quinn is her son. So I think he was just days old when she named the company. Quinn is her son, is Chris Lewis's son. They're gluten-free, corn-free, dairy-free, vegan-friendly. I don't know if there's a difference between vegan-friendly and vegan. I'm vegan-friendly. I'm friendly to vegans. I eat vegan food, but not just vegan food. That I consider myself vegan-friendly, but I'm not vegan. So I don't know if there's a difference between vegan-friendly and vegan. There's nothing in the ingredients that would indicate that there is not, there is non-vegan stuff in here. Let's see, cassava flour, sunflower oil, lentil flour, potato starch, tapioca starch, yeast, sorghum flour, palm oil, salt, hemp heart flour, sugar, yeast extract, lactic acid, garlic powder, onion powder, sunflower lecithin, paprika, oleoresin, mixed taco ferals. Ooh, taco ferals. I wonder if they're made from real tacos. All right, so it's supposed to be like a cheesy flavor on the inside. Obviously, there's no cheese in the ingredients. I don't know what they make the cheesiness with. We'll find out. I don't know where Tom is, Buzz. Wait, hang on a second. There's a message here. Maybe it's Tom. And it is not Tom. I'm not sure where Tom is. He might be at his brother's funeral. I don't know that he said that if they've already done a service for him or something. So he might be, but yeah, we miss him today. It's interesting. Yeah. I better have some more of this. It's an interesting smell. It doesn't smell like cheese or pretzels. Like a pretzel. That is really crunchy. That is crunchier than typically a pretzel nugget would be. It kind of has the idea of cheese. There's something creamy in there, but it's also kind of powdery. See if we can. I was going to kind of bite that in half, but kind of broke. And you can see it almost looks like peanut butter. It's supposed to be the cheese on the inside. There we go. Wait, almost had it. There we go. No. Close enough. Those are really crunchy. Crunchier than any pretzel I've ever had. Well, except for those Snyder's, the hard sourdough pretzels that come in the box. Like eating rocks, as Claudia would say. Look like combos a little bit, but they look like typically any pretzel nuggets. Like the Trader Joe's ones that are either peanut butter filled or almond butter filled. There's a Kroger brand peanut butter filled one. They all kind of look the same. They're all the same. Combos, I think, if I'm not mistaken, $9.99. Combos are round, aren't they? Aren't they round? Or are they little pillow shaped things? There's probably a machine that cuts these, so it probably comes out in like a tube, and there's a machine that cuts them, and then it probably like crimps them at the end. That's probably why they're this shape, and it's probably the same one they use. There's somebody's hiding in there. These are pretty good. Now, I'm not focused on these because they're vegan, but I would eat these as a snack. They're pretty good. They have kind of a savoriness to them. They do have a hint of the idea of cheese, but there's no cheese in there and everything. I'd say they're pretty good. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Yeah. What is your favorite drink snack combo? Stoner, do me a big favor. If you go to our community page, on our community page, there's an Ask Val tab or an Ask Val post. Ask that question in the Ask Val. I want to do the Ask Val soon, and we still don't have quite enough questions to do a whole live stream on that. So I'd like to get some more questions. So please, Stoner, please put that in our suggestion, not our suggestion box. I'm sorry, the Ask Val post in our community page, and we'll add that to the list. There we go. Oh, again, I mentioned this at the beginning, but there was only like 3 people in the room at the time. But I just noticed that our Instagram page, if that's what you would call it, our Instagram feed, our Instagram thing, we are two followers away from 1,000. So if any of you guys are on Instagram, will be really nice today, some point today. If you go out there and you follow us on Instagram, I think it's Val_Trippy Food, all one word, Val_Trippy Food. You would go out and follow us so that we can nail that and go over the top on the 1,000. That would be fun, and I'd appreciate that. And thank you very much. So let's go back to our question. Our question was, what 3 flavors are used in Neapolitan ice cream? Let's see. Janice Yamanaka said chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Miguel Rangel said pink, brown, and white. You're not wrong. 999 Squad said chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. You are all correct. It is chocolate, vanilla, and it is pink, brown, and white, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Let's pop that over there. Okay, time for another snack. So let's read a card. And the question is, what is the production of beer called? This one's easy. You guys got this. What is the production of beer called? And let's grab another snack. I got a hot one here. I'm going to save that one for last. They're getting progressively spicy. Let's do this one next. This is Krave from Krave Jerky Company. We have done 1 or more of their products before. I'm drinking the mixed one because I don't want to waste it. Krave Jerky was founded by John Sebastiani in 2009 in Sonoma, California. Now, ironically, they were bought by Hershey's or Hershey. They were bought by Hershey in 2015, but they just recently sold it back to a conglomerate that was owned by John Sebastian back in 2020. So he owns the company again. So if the name Sebastiani sounds familiar, that's because they are from Sonoma, California, and which is wine country, and Sebastiani is a big vintner. Is that right? Vintner. Somebody who makes wine is a vintner. Sebastiani is a big vintner in Sonoma area, so they're the ones that came up with the Krave Jerky Company. Again, sold it to Hershey in 2015. Hershey sold it back to them in 2020. So this is, I thought it was really interesting. It doesn't say that this is jerky, but it looks like jerky. They're just saying oven roasted black cherry barbecue seasoned pork cuts. That's all that they're saying. So they're not saying it's jerky. They're just calling it pork cuts. Let's see. Have you ever wondered why Krave is unlike any other? It started in Sonoma, where we dreamt up a super snack that will delight your taste buds. We marinate it for maximum flavor, cook it low and slow, slice it and spice it with delectable seasoning like sweet and peppery black cherry barbecue sauce. The end result is so tender, it will make you want to take a bite out of life. Well, hello, flavor. Barbecue with a little cherry on top. Premium pork cuts, well-seasoned cherry, good source of protein. The arrow is pointing towards spicy. It's kind of in the middle, I guess. So it's saying somewhat spicy. Ingredients: pork, cane sugar, water, tomato paste, black cherry juice concentrate. Contains 2% or less of the following: honey, sea salt, onion powder, granulated garlic, spices, including celery seed, red wine vinegar, molasses, paprika, citric acid, fermented oregano, flaxseed, and plum. I am not seeing pepper, like hot pepper or chilies. So I love this thing down here. It says, consume within 3 days of opening, like it would last that long. Well, we'll see. Adam Ham is in the room. Sorry, I'm late at work. I'm on carts, and the previous person left a mess and leave almost all the carts outside, so I had to play catch up for an hour, but I'm here now. Well, I'm glad you are, Adam. It's good to see you, and I'm glad you can make it. Never too late. That's an interesting smell. Neither like pork nor black cherries. Looks like jerky, but it's soft. Yeah, it's really tender. There's no chewiness to it at all. I think you still need teeth, though. I'm glad you're feeling better, Adam. I'm sure we all are. That's interesting. Really interesting. I'm not sure I like the texture, though. My brain wants to tell me that this is jerky and should have some chewiness to it. There's really not a lot of chewiness to it. It almost has the consistency of a fruit roll-up. Now, it doesn't have the taste of a fruit roll-up. There's also some sort of like powdery or fibery kind of texture to it. It almost has the texture of like the vegan jerkies, which not meat. It doesn't taste like meat. It doesn't, I was going to say feel like, I don't know if that's accurate. It doesn't give me the sensation of like meat texture, like a plant texture. I like the flavor. It could be a little bit more savory, maybe a little bit more salty, but the flavor is not bad. Definitely get the cherry flavor. Definitely get the pork flavor. I just find the texture not quite right. I'm gonna give that a thumbs in the middle. I mean, I would have got a higher rating, but the texture just bothers me. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. Now, if any of you like jerky, but it's hard on your teeth, maybe you would like that texture. It's just that And to be fair, they're not billing that as jerky. They're billing it as a meat cut as opposed to jerky. So, you know, I don't know. Still going to give it that. Just like I said, the texture is just kind of weird, and I'm not really crazy about it. So, still thumbs in the middle on that one. Some of my breakfast coffee in my Trippy food mug. Some of you may be, yeah, I haven't had that much beer. Some of you may be asking yourself, Val, where can I get a Trippy mug like this? Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, we do have a merch. We do have merchandise. We have 3 things. We have a T-shirt, we have a coffee mug, and we have stickers. And I wish I could tell you how much they cost, but I forget. I kind of said it and forget it. I put it out there because people were asking for it. People were asking for merchandise, so I asked people what they wanted. They told me, and I got it done and put it out there. But I have all 3 because I bought one of each. Yes, I had to buy them. I don't make a lot of money on them and everything, but like I said, I wanted to make them available because you guys wanted them. I think I've seen Janice in one of her videos. Janice is actually wearing one of the Trippy Food shirts. But you know, to me, it's not like I'm going to push them on you. I'm going to tell you go out and get them. You have to have one of these and everything. They're there if you want them, and if you do want one, either the coffee mug, the sticker, or the T-shirt, then there should be a link on our community. It should still be on our community page. There's a posting there that tells you how to go about getting them. So if you want one, that's where you go and get one. So enjoy if that floats your boat. Adam, I would be disappointed if we didn't have our 3 fun facts and our weird news. So I have all 3. Oh, you have all 3. I didn't realize that you got all 3. I've used the mug in some of my reviews. I haven't seen the mug in the reviews. I've seen the T-shirt in the reviews, but I've not seen the mug. So I'll have to look for that. Thank you, Janice. And for weird news, a man in Carbondale, Illinois, has been charged with theft for allegedly stealing a backhoe to drive about 10 miles to Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois to catch a flight. He stole the backhoe to catch his flight. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think backhoes really go that fast. So I would think he would be better off stealing a car than a backhoe. You're right. That's weird. What's also weird is that he's from Carbondale, Illinois, and not Florida. That's the also weird thing about it. But yeah, that is weird. Anyways, 3 fun facts. It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. I guess it would have to have a high carbon content. It is possible to lead. Well, there's also, because we have a high carbon content, there is a company it's called something Gems or Gem something. I can't remember. But they will take your body after you have passed on. They will take your body and they will convert it into a diamond. And for all of you, you get an unusually small diamond. But if you think about what it takes to make a diamond, diamond is made out of the same thing that oil is made out of. And when I'm talking about oil, I'm not talking about like vegetable oil. I'm talking about like, coal oil, like oil that comes out of the ground. It's a diamond is made of the same thing oil is made out of, which is made of the same thing that coal is made out of, which is the same thing that charcoal is made of. It's carbon. It's all carbon. And so what you need to make carbon into a diamond is carbon. A diamond isn't a natural substance. A diamond is carbon. It's made out of carbon. And in order to turn it into a diamond, you need lots of pressure. I think you need heat. You need lots of pressure, heat, and usually time. But if you have extra pressure and extra heat, I don't think you need that time. So I think you can do it a lot quicker. Not like Superman, so strong he can take a piece of coal and do this with it, making it turn into a diamond. So that kind of thing. Funny thing is, whenever Superman would do that, it would be a cut diamond, not a rough diamond. So go figure. All the liberties you can take with a comic book. So that was number 1. Number 2, it is possible to lead a cow upstairs but not downstairs. I don't know, like if there's a testing facility where they have stairs and cows, where they test this. Like maybe if you have the cow's favorite toy, you could lead it downstairs. I don't know. I don't know how accurate that is, and I have to question the testing. What they did for testing that theory. But no, okay. You can lead a cow upstairs, but you can't make him drink. Queen Elizabeth was the second was a trained mechanic. Yeah, because she was young during World War II, and so I think everybody back then had to pick up trades, especially because I mean this is back in the time where they wouldn't think about drafting women. They did draft women for like the what did the U.S. call them? The WACS, Women's Army Corps, or Women's Air Corps, I think. So there were definitely branches of the service that women could join, but the women didn't join the infantry. They weren't soldiers. They typically weren't soldiers, and for the most part, because they wanted every able-bodied male to fight in the war effort, then somebody had to pick up the stuff like manufacturing and everything, and that typically was the women. So the women learned skills and trades while the men were off fighting, and women were working in the factories, Rosie the Riveter, stuff like that. The irony was that after the war, the women still wanted, they enjoyed working. And so they wanted to be able to continue working. And the mindset back then was about, no, you're supposed to be home, taking care of children and preparing the dinner, the meals. And but women were independent at that point in time. They had to go out and work. They were out, out working and doing the jobs that the guys left behind. And so I think that's probably like why today you have, people, both men and women doing the same thing, things. Still for less pay though, women. Still for less pay. So I haven't got past that yet. I'm still working on it. Yeah. So a lot of people like, what's her name? There was an actress. I can't remember her name, but she was also an inventor and a mathematician. Then you have like Brian May, the guitarist for Queen. Brian May is an astrophysicist. So a lot of those people have other skills and other things. So yeah, it's interesting. I have all two. Oh, okay, we already got there. Did I miss something? No, I guess not. All right. Alrighty. So I think I didn't read the answer to the question. The question was, what is the production of beer called? And the answer is, in fact, unless I got so off track that I don't remember if I asked a question and didn't get to the snack or whatever. So I'll just answer this and we'll ask another one. So the question is, what is the production of beer called? Miguel Rangel said brewing. Janice, Next said brewing, and it is in fact brewing. So that one was a pretty easy one. So let's read another one and then go on to a real snack. Class, Mr. Spicoli has brought us a snack. And the question is, what type of pastry is used for profiteroles? Again, what type of pastry is used for profiteroles? And profiteroles, if you don't know, are cream puffs. There we go. Is it Marlene Dietrich? I think you might be right. It might be Marlene Dietrich. That she was, no, there was somebody else. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr. I think Hedy Lamarr was instrumental in developing, I'm going to say like Bluetooth or microwave or something. Maybe it's microwave. Hedy Lamarr. Somebody look that up for me. Hedy Lamarr was notable for helping develop. It was either microwaves or Bluetooth. I can't remember exactly which one it was, or it's something wireless, I think. But there we go. All right, let's grab us a snack. We got two left. Let's do this one next. I'm a little suspicious about this one. This, you would think the company is called Favalicious. It is not. The product is called Favalicious. And it is from Nuttee Bean Company. And they say, we're not nuts, we're beans. But it's called Nuttee Bean Company. Nuttee Bean Company was founded in 2017 in Miami, Florida by Frank Guido. So they have a couple of different ones of these, different flavors, and they're fava beans. They're crunchy roasted fava beans. This one is wasabi and ginger. I don't get the little samurai, but that looks like the kind of wasabi that you get at a cheap sushi place. Not real wasabi, but that's okay. That's definitely ginger. Let's see. Ingredients. Fava beans roasted in expeller pressed high oleic sunflower oil, wasabi powder, horseradish powder, mustard powder, spinach powder, wasabi powder. So the wasabi powder is a mixture of horseradish powder, mustard powder, spinach powder, and wasabi powder, which is, again, it's what you get. It's a cheap wasabi that you get at a cheap sushi place, right? If you've ever had fresh wasabi, which basically, you take usually it's on a piece of shark skin and they grate it on the shark skin. If you've ever had fresh wasabi, you will never go back to that stuff that they serve you in the cheap sushi places. So that's what's in here, is the cheap sushi stuff. IP food starch, how do you say that? Ascorbic acid, citric acid, and ginger. Contains mustard. And this is funny because it says manufactured in a dedicated allergy-friendly fava bean-only facility in China. But the thing is, it says allergy-friendly, but it says contains mustard because some people have a mustard allergy, which is a really odd thing. Janice, remind me if you remember when we were filming some stuff. I want to say like in Torrance. We were somewhere down that way, and we were filming some stuff together, and we were filming something that had mustard in it. We thought, or it said it's mustard free, and we were like, what difference does it make? Is it mustard free? That's bizarre. And we figured out that because some people are allergic to mustard, and that's why they put it in there. But I don't remember what it was that we were reviewing. Jens, do you? I'm trying to remember what it was. But anyways, so now a lot of things say contains mustard because apparently people have mustard allergies, and this contains mustard, so they have to say it contains mustard. But again, it's because they're using that cheap wasabi blend, I guess. Try our other Favalicious flavors, chili and lime and salt and vinegar. No, this one sounded better. Sorry. She invested in a system of frequently skipping radio-controlled torpedoes, but the War Department did not use it. Yeah, I knew it was something wireless ice hand. That was, but and like I said, she's not the only one. There are other, famous people who had other side gigs or side hustles, as they say now. Julia Child worked for the CIA. She was a spy. Maybe not a spy, but she was in that business. These are weird looking. It looks like they wrapped something around. What would they wrap around that? I don't know what in the ingredients would be that something that would wrap. Here, let's see if I can do this. It's all gritty and junk. They're odd looking things. Look like insects. Well, we don't want Doodle eating that later. But not like that. See if we can do this. And there goes another one. These are weird looking things. Really crunchy. Not like hard and crunchy, like those pretzels were. All right, there's the horseradish. Up in the nose. That one's strong. All right. So get the flavor of the. Wow, that really goes up your nose. Get the flavor of the fava beans, but the only other flavor you're really getting is the wasabi, or not the wasabi. I'm sorry, the horseradish. You're really getting that horseradish flavor and that horseradish burn. They're interesting. It's an interesting snack. They're dry. They're crunchy. They do have nice flavor from the fava beans themselves. They would go well with a nice Chianti and a liver. I'm going to give them thumbs up. I'm just disappointed that they're not like real wasabi flavor. There is wasabi powder in it, but it's mixed with like mustard powder and horseradish powder and stuff, to make it, have that familiar burn that everybody associates with wasabi that wasabi doesn't really have. So yeah, I'm going to give it a thumbs up for flavor. I'm going to give it a thumbs up for the fava bean flavor and for both that kick that it has, so it makes it really interesting. But just kind of disappointed that it's not heavier on the wasabi and lighter on the horseradish, but still good. Hey, Jared Tiano has just entered the room. Better late than never. It is better late than never. I'm glad you could join us. All right, so let's go back to our card. Our question was, what type of pastry is used for what type of pastry is used for profiterole? Ice Hand said puff pastry. Miguel Rangel said custard. I don't know if either of those are right. I also don't know if either one of those are wrong. The answer is choux, C-H-O-U-X, choux. It could be both. So I'm going to give it to you. That's what the answer is. It might be right. It might not be. Who really knows? I don't. All right. Let's read another question, and then we have one snack left. Something to drink. What do I want? More of the beer. It's Saturday. It's Trippy Food Beer Night. Not sure. Not sure about that. I don't know if it's because of all the snacks I'm eating, but it seems like I don't like it as much as when I first opened it. But to be fair, when I first opened it, it was cold. It is no longer cold. Maybe it just doesn't heat up well. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's read another question. And the question is, which alcoholic, speaking of alcoholics, which alcoholic drink is named after a Welsh pirate? Again, what alcoholic drink is named after a Welsh pirate? And let's do our last snack here. And these are pop snacks. I think we've done pop chips. I think we've done pop chips before, but this is a new one. This is Crazy Hot. I'm always skeptical when I see something that's crazy hot, because usually it's crazy not. But I decided we were going to try this anyways. Pop Chips was founded by Keith Belling and Patrick Turpin in 2007 in San Francisco, California. And again, these are Pop Chips. They're never fried, and they're always real, which is good because I was expecting these to be plastic and fake. So I'm glad they're real. Popped potato snack, enlarged to show texture. Ingredients on this: potato, rice flour. So that's going to be like Pringles. Potato, rice flour, vegetable oil, sunflower, safflower, canola, or corn, potato starch, sugar, salt, yeast extract, whey, maltodextrin, spice, buttermilk, tomato powder. Tomato powder, that's interesting. Citric acid, onion powder, ascorbic acid, gum arabic, paprika for color, cheddar cheese, milk cultures, salt, enzymes, jalapeno powder, natural flavors, vinegar powder, garlic powder, annatto for color, which is the yellow color. Contains milk. All right, so it's jalapeno powder. So I don't know if it's going to be crazy hot because jalapenos aren't crazy. Well, at least they're honest. There's pictures of sliced jalapenos on the outside. Let's do that. Hey, pudding power. Sorry. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Good to see you. Interesting smell. These are little. Either they're little or they're broken. I can't decide. Let's see. They're broken. Here's a bigger one. So they seem to be coated with a powder. They're really light, like a rice cake, light. When they're made with potato and rice flour. Oh, there's a burn. But it's typically not a jalapeno burn because not really jalapeno flavor. Get the cheese, and there's a little bit of sourness to the cheese. Get the the cheese flavor for sure. Here's what I think is funny. They call them pop chips. Your mind says they must be made out of corn because they're called pop chips instead of popcorn, right? But there's no corn in it. It's potato and rice flour. There's citrus there. I think there's citric acid in there. Maybe they're going for like a lime flavor. They don't have a picture of a lime, but I think they're going for that flavor. So you do get the citric acid. You get that citrusy tanginess to it, tartness to it. It does have some heat. It has a decent amount of heat. So it's not like your typical, your typical snack that says it's hot and is really not. It does have some heat. And that heat stays on your tongue, almost like, not like jalapeno, because jalapeno kind of burns your mouth instantly and then it just fades really quickly. This one doesn't seem to fade that much. It's a really interesting texture. It's sort of like a rice cake. Like if you made a uniform rice cake, because like a rice cake is made from a bunch of different puffed rice, rice puffed up and then compressed together. This is more even, but it is sort of that texture. It doesn't have that sweetness like a rice cake does. The rice cake is somewhat sweet. It doesn't have that sweetness. Not that salty. They're good. They're really good. They have a lot of interesting flavors. They have a nice burn. So it's not crazy hot, but they do have a nice, if you have a very, very low tolerance for heat, you're going to find these really hot. They're pretty good. They're going to get a thumbs up for me. They're kind of weird too. So yeah, thumbs up. All right. So let's go back to our question. And the question was, what alcoholic drink is named after a Welsh pirate? And the correct answer, well, the guesses were, let's say Ice Hand said Captain Morgan, Janice Yamanak said Captain Morgan. Those are the only guesses, and it was in fact Captain Morgan. So apparently he was a real person. I don't know what he had to do with rum, maybe nothing at all, but let me make sure I put these on the bottom so we don't read them again. And now it is time on our program when we do our goût mélange. So I decided I'm going to use this. Typically, I was using the bowls, but this one you can see through. So I think it's probably more fun. So we're going to do our goût mélange. And our goût mélange is typically when we take all the ingredients from all of our snacks, mix them all together, and do that. For those who don't remember, goût mélange comes from an episode of The Odd Couple when Oscar made dinner for Felix, and he made a dish that Felix, when he ate it, said, what is this mélange? And he said, well, I was going to call it goût, but I like your name better. I'm going to call it goût mélange. So that's what we're calling it. It's goût mélange. So we're going to make goût mélange right now. So let's start with our last object, which was our pop chips. I was going to break these up. They're already broken. Apparently they break pretty easy. This is fun because you guys can watch me cook. This is cooking. All right. And I'm putting them back in the grab bag. These, I think I'm just going to put in whole. These are our fava beans. Maybe put a few too many in there. I have a feeling because of the horseradish in here that these are going to overpower everything else, but we'll see. These, yeah, good luck with me breaking these up. These are our vegan cheesy style filled pretzels. Oh, that's okay. There we go. I feel like a mad scientist. Or Clyde Crash Cup. Who remembers Clyde Crash Cup? Anybody? Who remembers Clyde Crash Cup? I almost put this in there, which is Doodle Snack. All right, our ugly cheddar and sour cream flavored kettle chips. It's like the Chex Mix from hell. I should have brought something to clean my hands with. This is going to be interesting. It says, stay crisp, shut it. Sounds like an insult. Hey, stay crisp, shut it. There's a very loud dog outside. Can you guys hear that? I hope that's not Doodle. It sounds louder than Doodle though. And now these Green Goddess chips that were really good. Just out of curiosity, let me ask you guys, how many of the snacks that you see on our live stream have you guys gone out and tried? Like, do you see something that we do here and go like, that looks really interesting, I think I'll go out and try that? How many of the snacks that we do? I mean, yeah, I don't need an exact number or anything, but you know, you could say like, I've gone out and tried everything that you've had, or I always thought that was interesting, but I really haven't tried it. How many, you know, on average, like, do you even try any of the stuff that we do on the live stream? Does that look interesting to you? And you're like, I think I'm going to try that and see what that's like. I don't know if I have to use scissors on this. Again, this was the not jerky like jerky, the pork, the black cherry barbecue seasoned pork. They didn't call it jerky. That was just me. That ought to be enough. Now let's see if I was smart enough. I just got to pick this stuff off of the floor. Now let's see if I was smart enough to bring in a spoon. Yep. I really want to wash my hands. I know. I'm going to have to adapt, improvise, overcome. All right, that's on the floor now. Some of the snacks I've already tried, and some of them I do try, or at least, so like when you see them, you go like, oh, I've already tried them. Janice, what would you say is the percentage of snacks that you try that you don't necessarily review? You know, do you review all of the unusual snacks that you try, or sometimes you just try them and go, oh, I'm curious about this, and like, yeah, oh, okay, it's good or it's not good, but don't necessarily review them on your channel? What would you say like the percentage is? And you even, you know, do a percentage? There, how's that look? All right, let's try this. I don't think there's anything in here. It's not like we have candy in here, you know, or some sort of like eggplant or anything like that. Anything really, you know, that's going to really throw this off. So I think this probably will blend well. The only thing is like, will some flavors overpower? I think the fava beans are probably the crunchiest thing in there now. Probably about 80% of the usual snacks we buy. Review. I would say, for me, it's probably like 100%. Because I try not to eat too many snacks, and especially like on a Saturday, I'm doing, you know, 7, maybe 8 snacks. So I typically, if I buy a snack that I don't review, it's probably just something I've had before. Like I saw that and go like, oh, those are really good. If I happen to be in like Cost Plus World Market, and I see that they have the Keogh's flame grilled Irish steak chips that are amazing, I will buy a bag of those and I'll eat them. I won't necessarily review them because I already have. Because every once in a while, I'll just pick a snack, or like every once in a while on a regular basis, I'll buy a box of those Snyder's hard sourdough pretzels and just really, really like those. Sometimes I'll put mustard on them and everything. I don't know that I've reviewed them, but I don't know if there's any reason to, because they're just, hard sourdough pretzels. Not really a thing, but just, a snack that I like every once in a while. So I might do that while I'm having my beer, like on Saturday. I might have those pretzels and beer and stuff. I'm not going to review those. So I would say it's a lot slighter. Maybe 95%. I probably review 95% of the snacks I eat, and then the other ones are just like every once in a while I'll go out there and find. You need to have an official Trippy Food muddler tool. Can't make goop without it. That'd be funny. Just like put my logo on a blender or something. I don't know. That would be funny. But if you're gonna muddle it, don't you use like a mortar and pestle to muddle something? Now here's the thing about the combination is the wasabi, or the horseradish that's pretending to be wasabi, is muted. It's not as crazy. It blends with the other flavors. The pork, you get a little bit of the pork flavor, but you get the texture from that, which is like a different texture than everything else in here. So it's kind of nice to have that extra texture in there. Nothing's overly salty. Aside from the horseradish, I don't know if any other flavor really stands out. That heat from the pop chips, it's not really there. Mixed with everything else, that gets pretty muted. I would say that the horseradish is the strongest flavor in here. It's a nice blend of textures. There's crispy and crunchy, chewy. Not soggy, but that's a good thing. Well, okay. So I said that. I hear dogs barking. So I said that the horseradish is muted, but every once in a while you'll get a bite where it just kind of comes to the foreground. On the whole, though, this is pretty good. When you do get that horseradish kick, kind of overpowers everything else. So I don't think it's going to get a solid thumbs up. I would say thumbs up trending downward. I'll be right back. I have a feeling that Claudia is locked out of the house. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Yep, that's what it was. She was locked out. She has been found. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm gonna say thumbs up trending downward, only because that the horseradish kind of overpowers everything. So here's a question for you. I think you bring up an interesting point or an interesting question. If we could lend our name or license our name for some sort of product, what would be a good product for us to license our name for? Obviously, we wouldn't do like a car. Car has nothing to do with us, right? So what product out there would be something that we would license our name for? One thing that is kind of disappointing about this is that those green goddess chips are really, really good. It takes the edge off of that. Kind of kills that flavor, and that's a really nice flavor. Obviously, this isn't quite as expensive as some of the other ones I've done because I'm continuing to eat it, right? Because I don't like waste. And you shouldn't either. All done. Good point, Janice, because I call it the Trippy Food Beer Tornado Glass. There you go. Nerd knives. That's another good one. Trippy Food Nerd Knife. Where is my nerd knife? I got to find that. Now, if any of you don't know what Stoner Kitchen is talking about, I think it was on a Reckless Eating episode. It was either a Reckless Eating episode or it was Matt Zion from Reckless Eating on one of my episodes. And I had this, not really a Swiss Army knife. It's more like I would call it a camping knife. It has one knife blade on it. It also has a spoon and a fork and a corkscrew and a can opener, I think. And it's pretty big. It's about that big. And so Matt called it my nerd knife. And so I think that's what, if you guys don't know, that's what Stoner Kitchen is referring to as my nerd knife. Breaking news, YouTuber announces launch of new product line, Trippy Foods Nude Suntan Lotion. Nudes Suntan Lotion? I'm just wondering, like, are there people who put on suntan lotion that aren't, well, no, I guess, that's an interesting question. I guess, so the thing is, if you're wearing a bathing suit, you're not technically nude. So you're saying it's a suntan lotion for people who are nude. And when you put it on, the sun burns the letters for Trippy Food into your, wherever you put your suntan lotion. Edible suntan lotion from when you go to the nude beach. There you go. Put a little bit on, drink a little bit of it. There you go. And that leaves a lot of crumbs and dust in your teeth. So interesting thing about water is I'm drinking Perrier right now. It's just what happens to be what we have in the house. Claudia prefers sparkling water to regular water, so we usually buy sparkling water. We could get a Soda Stream. I actually looked into it, and by the time you have to buy the cartridges and the amount of drinks that it makes, it's actually more expensive than buying these individual bottles. I feel bad about buying these individual bottles because it's plastic. We recycle. We actually go to the recycle center and recycle plastic bottles, but I still feel bad about it. They do have Perrier in glass bottles. We could get that. But I'm just curious, do you guys prefer still water to sparkling water or sparkling water to still water? And if you like sparkling water, do you prefer a particular brand? We were drinking the Trader Joe's one for a while, and then Claudia was looking at it, and it has sodium in it. It has a certain amount of sodium in it. I can't remember exactly how many grams of sodium it had in it, but she checked this, and this had no grams of sodium at all. 0 grams of sodium, 0 grams of fat, although, show me water that has fat in it. 0% carbohydrates, 0% protein, 0% calories, 6% calcium. So it does have calcium. I guess those are minerals. One thing I didn't realize, that Perrier is distributed by Nestle USA, so it is a Nestle product. Please keep in a clean, cool, dry, and odorless place. An odorless place. So that means that it can absorb odors through the bottle. That's bizarre. Away from direct sunlight and freezing temperatures. Okay, so I understand the freezing temperatures one, because if the water in the bottle freezes, it will break the bottle. That will happen because the water expands. Like LaCroix. LaCroix is the one that has the different fruit flavors. Is that right, Stoner? I mean, they have like a lime one, they have lemon one, but they also have like peach or something like that. I think I've had those. So the ones that has that kind of stripy thing and the hard to read logo. I think I have had LaCroix. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good in drinks. Yeah, I like lime. I like my preference is lime to lemon, but Claudia likes lemon, so we usually get the lemon one. This I think is lemon. Is this lemon? No, this is just the regular Perrier. Doesn't have any flavoring in it. Poland Spring sparkling lime water is my favorite. I don't know if I had Poland Springs not for a while. Secret art for pollution. It doesn't give you a sunburn, but it gives you a burn. Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of like a mixed thing where I feel a little guilty about the plastic. That's another reason they tell you to put it in the sunlight, or like I don't know if you've noticed that that water has a expiration date on it. It's not that the water inside it will go bad, because it won't go bad. What happens is that depending on the kind of container it's in, the water will absorb some bad stuff from the container, especially plastic container, everything. So they tell you not to like, I think it might be like a year or two that they tell you should drink it by, and it's because eventually the bottle picks up stuff from the plastic. Also, if it's out in the sun, it will pick it up quicker because the plastic degrades a little bit. But of course, plastic takes hundreds of years to completely. LaCroix helped me stop drinking so much soda. Yeah, I think if you're trying not to drink so much soda, especially sweet stuff, it's always nice to drink sparkling water, even a flavored sparkling water, because you get that carbonation, that you get the fizz from that, and you get the flavor if it's a certain flavor, but you don't get the calories from the sugar, and you don't get the bad stuff from the what is the sugar substitute they use in like Diet Coke that if you're phenylketonuria, it's bad for you. Aspartame. So which is kind of bad for you. Which, I mean, if you think about it, used to be like in the 60s, everything that was diet was used for a sugar substitute, used saccharin, and saccharin turned out to be so bad for you that they took it off the market. I don't even know if saccharin is even used anymore. They might have completely taken it off the market. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up and see, but it's completely off the market. This has an expiration date. Let's see. Used by 4/5/24. So just about a year. Yeah, so it has an expiration date of a year. But again, it's because the plastic, sunlight in it starts breaking down the plastic and starts to contaminate the water. Eventually, the water will just start to become contaminated by the plastic anyway. It's not that it goes bad. There's nothing in it to go bad. But that's why it has an expiration date. You should all keep some sort of bottled water on hand in case of some sort of emergency, tornado. I was going to say flood, but yeah, flood, because you're not going to have drinkable water. The water that's going to come out of the faucet and everything is going to be, polluted, flood waters, earthquakes, things like that. You'll need something for that. So you should keep at least, I would say, like, I don't know, a few gallons of water handy, just in case something like that happens. And then maybe some sort of thing that you can eat right out of the can to pop the can opener. Can open. Make sure you have like a manual can opener in case you lose your electricity and stuff like that. But everybody should have some sort of kit like that together. You need to buy some MREs if you want to. It has that self-heating little bag. So there you go. One diet soda I find to taste somewhat close to the regular one is Dr. Pepper Zero. I don't know that I usually, if I still drink diet Dr. Pepper. Like every once in a while, if I want some caffeine and I want something cold as opposed to something hot, I could go for an iced coffee, but I usually go for, in that case, I go for a diet Dr. Pepper. And I don't know that I really go for the zero. So I'd have to take, would you say, Stoner, that the diet, I'm sorry, yeah, would you say that the diet Dr. Pepper doesn't taste as much like the regular Dr. Pepper as much as the zero does? Is that what you were saying? You have a soda stream. Janice, one of the things that I thought about doing is making like a carbonated coffee drink with a soda stream, but I don't know, can you use it like that? because I don't think you're supposed to have anything in the water when you actually put it in the machine, if I'm not mistaken. That any flavor that you add to it, you add afterwards. So I was wondering, is it possible to even do like a coffee? I'm not talking about like a, coffee and milk or something like that, just like a carbonated coffee drink. Because that's one thing that I really haven't seen. I've seen a lot of like iced coffee drinks and stuff. I've not usually seen a carbonated coffee drink. There's a company called, what is it called? Manhattan Brewery, Manhattan Bottling Company, I think it is, and they make a espresso soda that's really, really good, and it is made with coffee. But other than that, we really don't see a lot of coffee flavored sodas. And so I'm just wondering if there's something about coffee that can you use that in a soda stream, or how would you make a coffee flavored soda in a soda stream? Could you even do it? Oh man, look at the time. I've been busy yapping. But that's what we're here for, right? We're here to yap. Zero to me is closer. Diet Dr. Pepper is a bit more of the artificial sweetener taste. I'll have to try that because I like Dr. Pepper and I like Diet Dr. Pepper. I have to try the Zero Stoner. And I think they have the strawberries and cream, and what's the other one? The other one's vanilla maybe or something. I can't remember, but I'll have to try that. But I can see by the old clock on the wall, and I can actually see the clock on the wall. You can see the clock on the wall too, that it is time to go. But again, I thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Saturday. I'll also remind you, again, I said at the beginning of the stream, there wasn't a lot of people on there. Well, there's not a lot of people on there now. I said at the beginning of the stream that on Instagram, we are 2 away from 1,000 followers. So if you guys are on Instagram, we are Val_Trippy Food. So underscore is like the dash that's on the bottom. Val_Trippy Food, all one word. And we are on Instagram, and we are like 998 followers. So I just need 2 of you. Just need 2 of you to get us up to that 1,000. That'd be cool. We don't win anything. You don't win anything, but it'd just be nice to get to 1,000. So that would be really cool if you guys did that. So when you guys did that. Also remember to follow the channels. Follow Janice's channel. Matt. Speaking of other channels, I hope Tom's okay. I'll have to see if I can find him afterwards and make sure he's okay. But check out the other channels if you don't know which channels we're talking about. If you go to our main page on YouTube at the bottom under featured channels, you'll find a list of the channels. You'll find Janice in there and a bunch of other channels that we recommend. Go out there, check them out, like the videos, subscribe, and because it helps them out, and we wouldn't recommend it if we didn't think it was worth it. So I want to thank you all for joining us today on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. We know you have other things that you could be doing, and you decide to come in and spend it with us, and we appreciate it, and we always enjoy spending it with you. So thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay happy. Just remember that it's crazy out there, so be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.